So it's been a while, eh? 3, 4 weeks. A bit too long. But life is life. Alright. Welcome back, guys. I'm your host, Rhino419. And today, I guess, I'll be talking about Dragon Age Inquisition. I just bought this game maybe a month or two ago. Almost 2 months ago. For really cheap. The complete edition for $7 or $8. And I sunk some hours into it, and I gotta say I'm impressed. I've played Origins, but I have not beat it, nor have I played the second game. So I'm gonna say this because I don't own those two. I had it with Game Pass, the EA, whatever their subscription service is. I had it. I played through Game Pass, and I liked I liked Origins. I wouldn't say I'm far in it, but I'm somewhere near the middle. But anyway, with Inquisition and starting out everything, new without playing the previous two, it kind of reminds me of when I played Mass Effect. And don't get me wrong, there's totally different mechanics and systems between those two games or franchises. But what I mean is that when I played Mass Effect, the first one, I didn't beat that one all the way through my first time. I just jumped straight into the M8 Mass Effect 2 or ME2, and I played that game religiously, learned how to save all my teammates, and then progress to the third game. And basically, when I get to the third game, what I didn't do in the first game and what I didn't do in the second game, goes into what third game is. And I had some characters that didn't survive this my first playthrough of the second game. So this is what I'm looking forward to with this Dragon Age Inquisition, is that hopefully I'm able to return to Origins and get to 2 as well. And because I really want to see how my story progresses up to that point. And I want to see all the changes, and I want to understand like what the hell is all going on and how to work it. So, and I used to be a BioWare fan. I used to be one, but I can't say that this Inquisition game is just, I'm really enjoying it. The magic system isn't too different from the Origins that I can recall. I don't know all the magics like that, so it's gonna be I'm taking some time to understand that. I like how, I'm not sure, I can't remember if in Origins you can switch characters like how you can in Inquisition. I like how you can switch characters and then revive your main guy when you're like another character and all. I like the side missions. I don't think the side missions feel too repetitive. Not that I know. I think they're okay. Maybe when I give it another playthrough, it might start feeling repetitive. Might not. I might have some new. There might be some new stuff in it that I've missed because I haven't played the other two games, and I do plan on playing those two games. But a part of me wishes I would have played Origins and played 2 first, then Inquisition. But oh well. There's a reason why these games are they're so heavily story focused, especially with your decisions and your choices. I've been through, I think, like 4 or 5 different areas so far. Right, currently I'm in this desert, and it looks huge on the map, but like everything is so condensed to like this, like, and to make it really small, so you don't really venture out because again it's just sand and everywhere. You don't venture out too far. I test the limits of where, like, how much I can go to, and then just, you know, you hit the invisible wall, and then you got to turn back and all that. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm at these 3 doors, actually. There's like these 3 doors. I guess they're like these, each is a chamber. So you got one like that's like fire, ice, and then there's one like just a regular one, like a grass or whatever. I wonder what that's gonna be about, but I'm playing it on normal. I decided not to do it on the hardest because I'm very unfamiliar with with these games. Part of me really did want to try it on the hardest, but I'm like, no. Let me get a feel for it. Once I get a feel for it, okay, then let's go to the hardest. But there are some. I think the only negative I could think of so far right now is that there are some areas that are capped because of like levels. So the first area, or well, I wouldn't say the first area because you can choose which ones what could be your first area to explore. There's like these 2. It's like this huge, massive land, but on the east and west side, east has like this different nation, and west has this other country, and all. So that they're kind of split by 2. I don't know the whole history of it, so don't knock me for, you know, like I said, I'm fairly new to this series. But I would constantly see this game on sale constantly, and I just, like, I guess when you get I didn't get tired of it, but I was like, okay, look, I know it's by BioWare. I do like BioWare. This is before BioWare went full excuse me, I was just going to curse. Went full stupid. So let me try it. And I read some reviews. I listened to some reviews, and they say it's good games. It's even worth, playing. Well, I don't care about worth playing in 2022, but I care more about the story. So bought it, and I'm not really regretting it. I especially for a complete edition for $8. That's a steal, man. But so to give you a basis of the story, for the people who don't know what Inquisition is about, so far as I could tell, you're this guy. You're this character who has amnesia, and they have, like, I think it's the right or left hand. I can't remember which hand it is, but one of their hands has like this mystical glowing energy thing in it where it can seal like these green portals, because these portals are linking to like this other dimension where demons are coming out. So basically your job is to like go and seal them up, really. And it's okay. Oh, here's another negative I don't like about it. So when you're like sealing the portal, or well, you have to like go through these little waves. But when you weaken the portal, you weaken the monsters. I think that's how it works. But when you get to the final part where you're like sealing the portal, where you're actually when you're weakening the portal, if you get hit, you kind of have to restart it. Not the whole thing, not the whole process, but you have to like just resume. You gotta go, like, okay, you gotta go right back into like trying to break down that portal before you can seal it. That's another gripe about it too. But it's not that bad. Like I said, I know I kind of make it sound like it's bad, like you got I gotta restart the whole thing. No, you don't. You just, what you have to do is click A or X, and then you're just, you're you're back to resealing it. Just hopefully you don't get hit again, because it does get obnoxious. The customization, I like the customization in this one. I think it's better than, I do think it's better than Mass Effect customization. Well, maybe not one. One's customization was pretty cool, but it's more detailed. I will say that, a lot more detailed. You can find these schematics. I almost forgot about this though. it's really giving me hints of Witcher 3. Like the stuff you do, you can ride horses and shit, and then I know that's, like, oh, some games have that, but the way how it plays, it kind of reminds me of The Witcher 3. And that's what really stuck out to me, because each time I like go to these different areas and I'm doing these different side quests and I'm, leveling up and customizing more of the characters, it really reminds me of Witcher 3. Just like you think you just have like this nothing burger of a quest, and then all of a sudden it kind of like ties into shit, and it's like, man, that's actually pretty good. And I'm a guy who likes to explore around in games. I don't really like to be linear unless the game is really boring, the open world is really boring, and I'm just like, I don't care, but I'm liking, that's the thing that I guess it's really getting me invested into it too, is like it just has that Witcher 3 aspect, even though the game came out a year before Witcher 3, so that's something to say. But I know I'm kind of a mess here, but I just thought about like making this video just on the whim, like, here, let me just try and make this video, this commentary. But I guess they're bringing in, like, they brought in a new race too, like these I don't know what they are, like minotaurs, I think, I don't know. They start with a U. I think the species name starts with U or E. That's what I've gathered from some of the reviews. I haven't seen them in action yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to like seeing that. I want to get there, but just I'm grinding right now. I'm grinding, and then because I feel like the progress on normal mode is like slow as hell, man. It just, I think they need to work on that, or I don't know if it's, well, they're not going to be doing like updates for it, but I wish they kind of like did something to make it like progress more. And yeah, don't get me wrong, there's these things. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So you have your war console, the Inquisition. Man, I'm such a mess, I'm sorry. But you're basically, you're making this Inquisition where you're separated from other military groups and royal families and shit, and you're making a name for yourself. And your war console is made up of these 5 or 6 people, with you and being the leader, of course. And they each have a perk while you look at the map, and you can send out, so far what I have so far, you can send out 3 people's allies, and that's like the spies, the knights, and then like the nobility stuff. And you can read each one, you can choose what you think fits best. However, if and they're timed. Those little small side quests, you don't do it yourself. You send out your allies to do it for you. So it's kind of like a side quest, but also ties in with the main quest with what you do. And what I've noticed is that it kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5 as well, when you're like sending your allies out into the open world to gather resources and do whatever, and it opens up more missions for you. That's what it reminds me of too, and I thought that was pretty nice. That was pretty nice, and I'm liking that too. But it's timed. These side missions, I don't know what to call them, but these war console missions, they're timed. And here's another gripe I have with it, because Metal Gear Solid 5 does it way better, where you're sending out your people to gather information or resources. Even when you log off, even when you turn off the game, you're done with it, it still progresses because it's on like this online global timer. So when you log back on, it might be done or it might not be because depending on who you send out. However, with Dragon Age Inquisition, I wish they kind of implemented that global online timer where even if you log off and you come back on, stuff will be available, be right there, and you could start playing right there instead of just like going back on and then like, oh, you gotta wait in game for it, and that's the thing that kind of sucks. But um when you send out some allies, a certain type of ally, it makes the timer become less because they're best suited for the job, obviously. So um that's the important part of making sure you read through everything and seeing like, okay, this has has less time than that. So you kind of figure your way. It's nothing hard. It's just like, okay, figure out what goes first, next, and last. So, but I wonder if that's gonna have any impact really within like the next missions or so. But you get these perks as well for the war console, and say like, you get, if you spend a point, you get more XP or whatever. You just get little stuff like that. And so that's a pretty nice thing. I don't know how to like get a lot of that. I don't know if it like corresponds with your rank or if you do something. I don't know. I still have to figure that out. So I think that's kind of a solid system, but it needs a little something just to make it better, just a bit better. But definitely, I like doing. I like playing little tactician stuff like that within games, just figuring out where to go next, and then opening more possibilities. And and that's how you find more locations too. Like the desert area I'm in. That's how I was able to find it, and those don't cost points, because some of those war council missions cost points. And um, how you get those points is usually when you do side missions. That's what I've been doing. So not only have I been grinding for to level up, but also get more of those points. And there's like two different point systems. One where you send out your allies, and the one for the perks, for the war console perks. I mean, war console perks I'm trying to figure out, like I said. But the one where you send out your allies, that's easy. Like I said, even main mission you get stuff like that too. So let's see. I'm not really connecting with other characters as much, like, as opposed to like Mass Effect characters. Hell, I'll even say Mass Effect Andromeda characters I connected with more easily, even though that game is not that good. It's okay, but I haven't really replayed it fully. I only beat it once, and I said I'm done. But I guess the one character two characters I kind of like is like this warrior, this warrior who's nobility. She's a noble, but she kind of like forsook her lineage to be a warrior. Her name is Cassandra. I like her. I think she's an interesting character, just the way how that's all playing out with her little story. And then there's like this and she's part of the war council, but there's like I can't think of the other character's name, but it starts with L, and she's like the spy master, and she's part of the war council. And I thought she's kind of cool too, just knowing how this information and everything. So those are I don't know about the knight guy, the main knight dude. He's okay. I want to dig more into like his thing if I can, because he seems interesting. But those are the only three out of like 5, 6. I don't know how many characters they have in there. But I'm still early in the game, even though I kind of like, I'm like probably 10 plus hours into it already. And so I'll have to see about that. Um, I don't I don't know what to say really, or for Dragon Age for this game. I think I said what I needed to say. Um, as far as as far as I'm deep into it. I remember I remember an area in the caves, and I think I had to go back there because I haven't completed. I know I haven't really completed it, or there's something I'm missing there, because there's like a third level of it where I haven't explored. I done the first and second, but third is I haven't acquired it yet. But they mentioned the Darkspawn, and I did fight a couple of Darkspawn. I'm like, oh hey, I kind of remember these guys from the Origins. So I think that was kind of a cool throwback, and I'm wondering, if I'm gonna see some characters from Origins as well. Maybe my mage, maybe, I don't know. No, because I wouldn't be able to because I haven't imported it. Oh damn. But I would love to at least see some character from Origins make it over to Inquisition if that's possible. But I'm not sure if there's like been a big time lapse where they're all dead or I don't know. But I can for sure say that Dragon Age Origins Dragon Age Inquisition is a pretty solid game so far. I'm enjoying it. I just wonder when I go back to Origins, I hope I can adapt easily because I know that's the first game, and first game is it certainly doesn't play like the first Mass Effect. I'll tell you that. But this one, oh yeah, it makes me want to go back to to Origins, and then play 2, and then play Inquisition, and just see how much things have changed. I really do. I want to try that. So, all right. I think that's it from for my little review, even though I haven't beat the game yet. I might make another one on this where I'm done with the game. I'm not sure, but all right, calling it now. See you later.